We are talking about Nafs. I mentioned last time that Nafs can be influenced by the element of animal, by the characteristic of animals, and also the secondly is Nafs can be influenced, can be colored by the element of shaitan, So I mentioned that what shaitan usually do. What does a shaitan usually do? That's first, shaitan will divert a person from the right path. Okay, and secondly, shaitan try to influence a person to enjoin evil or bad deeds and try to forbid a person from doing good deeds. That is opposite of what Allah has prescribed to us, that we should enjoin goods and forbid evils. And from that, I would like to continue that the third aspect, what the shaitan usually do is that shaitan will propagate shirk or polytheism as opposed to the Islamic concept of tawhid, which is rooted in the monotheism. There are examples where the role of shaitan in trying to influence the direction of a human life or destination. Okay, so shaitan will try to propagate something which will make us to be involved in shirk. So this is also a very important aspect in our tawhid, that we must not involve in the concept of polytheism or shirk. This is very important. This is the fundamental, because this is one of the biggest sin in the eyes of Allah when we involve in shirk. Because Allah has created us. So, as a creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we must really know who is our creator. Our creator is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad, wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. These are the important characters of the monotheism of our tawhid in Islam. So, it denies all the concept of polytheism in Islam. But shaitan will try to influence us to say that you try yourself to involve in the concept of shirk. That's why in Islam, when somebody want try to understand Islam, the first step is awaludin ma'rifatullah. That means the first step is you must understand, you must know Allah, you must know your creator. That's why we need to learn about tawhid. We need to learn about our aqidah. We must make sure that we understand that. So shaitan try to influence us in this aspect, try to divide, try to influence us that so that we will be indulged in this concept of polytheism. So this is how. Therefore, from our previous talk, that we see that how our nafs can be colored by the shaitan. But that's why if the shaitan try to divert a person from the right path, okay, and then the shaitan try to influence us not doing good deeds, and then shaitan try to influence us to be involved in polytheism. That means if a person is also involved in this such activities, so that means their nafs is influenced by shaitan, is colored by shaitan. Their nafs is muchly influenced by the shaitan. That's why we try not to be involved in this concept of where our nafs is really following the footsteps of shaitan. Allah said, "Wala tattabi'u khutuwati syaitan, innahu lakum aduwwum mubin." Do not follow the footsteps of shaitan. Verily, shaitan is your clear enemy. So, in our human development, we must be sure that our nafs is not influenced by the concept, by the influence of shaitan. So, from what I have discussed previously and today, that we can conclude that there are at least 3 stages of our human soul, our nafs. 3 stages. First is the nafs al-amarah. where it can be translated into soul that inclined to evil. This is the lowest position of our nafs. Lowest position of our nafs, where Allah has said in the Quran that Inna an-nafsa la'ammaratan bisu illa ma rahima rabbi. Verily the human soul is inclined to evil, except when my Lord bestow his mercy. Verily my Lord is of giving most merciful. So this is one stage of our nafs, that is nafs al-amarah, the lowest position of the lowest stage of our nafs. The second stage, which is higher than the first one, is the nafs al-lawamah, where it can be translated into self-criticizing soul, the middle position. Allah has said that in the Al-Quran, La uqsimu biyawmil qiyamah wa la uqsimu binafsil lawamah, which means that I swear by the day of resurrection and I swear by the self-criticizing soul. Surah Al-Qiyamah verses 1 and 2. So nafs al-lawamah is much better than nafs al-amarah. Nafs al-amarah is mostly influenced and colored by the characteristic of animal and shaitan. But nafs al-lawamah is a bit better, which is with, I mean, a person is trying to self-criticizing, try to purify, but not really pure yet. But it is much better. Way sometime when a person in the position of nafs al-lawamah, when he do something, he try to criticize himself. Oh, why should I do this? How can I be involved in this thing? How can I do this something which is not right? This is how nafs al-lawamah. But we also need try to develop this and try to upgrade our nafs into one of the to the position of a higher position, which was known as nafs al-mutma'inah, which can be translated as the soul in complete rest and satisfaction. That is the higher position of the nafs, where Allah has said in the Al-Quran, Ya ayyatuhan nafsul mutma'inah, irji'i ila rabbiki radiyatan mardiyah, fadkhuli fi ibadi, wadkhuli jannati. Oh you, the soul in the complete rest and satisfaction, come back to you, Lord, well praised and well pleasing to him. Enter among my servants and enter my paradise. Surah Al-Fajr verses 27 to 30. So that is where one of the important factor in human development, we try to develop our soul, we try to purify it, we try to upgrade it from the lowest position to the more higher position, so that our soul will be upgraded and become very strong. And when our soul is strong, that means we have able to develop ourselves into a better position, into a better human being, into a better Muslim. So that is part of my talk in trying to explain the concept of human development, the factors that influence the human development, where nafs is one of the factors that color